it's because when you first started showing me like your drawings and stuff, I was just like, oh my God, look at this talent. Because I gravitate to the arts. Mm-hmm. I love music. You know, I used to play the piano. You might not know that. I used to play the piano. I have a keyboard at home that I don't get on now, but I love music, you know, not just hearing, but playing. Any artsy thing, the drawing, I love the paint. I went to art school, you know, because I didn't go so I can say, oh, I have a degree in art. I went to learn, to upskill, per se, to have someone to look at my work and say, hey, you might want to do this, to get some coaching into it. That's why I went, because I love that. I love interior design, because again, it's designing, it's matching colors, it's putting things together to create some, you know, type of beautiful room. And anything, that's why I love Lego so much. But the artsy, that stuff, that's why when you were showing me that, I'm like, yeah, that's a cool nephew. He into it, boy. You know, we can have some conversations, and I'm loving the drawings, you know, put more stuff up. Hey, I want to see what you do. And then, like, you told me about the podcast, I'm like, I didn't even know you were doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I done, like, I think I've got like 10 episodes on YouTube, but it's been infrequent. It's kind of like I stopped doing it for a while, because I stopped doing a lot of things for a while, because I was more so just re-strategizing and trying to think of the best way to be a cartoonist in 2022, 2023, you know, going forward. And the thing with my industry, there's a lot of people afraid of change. A lot of people still doing things the way they were done before. And because of that, the industry as a whole is really like just, you know, withered away. And crumbled away, which kind of leads to my second question of how familiar are you with comics in general? And if you are, do you have a favorite character, and why?
I would say, and this goes back in the day, forward day, whatever. Back in the time. The thing was, as far as getting the newspaper, was the comics. Because the comic section was just the hee-hee-ha-ha of the day.
So when you think comics, that's what you think about?
When I think comics, the first thing for me that I love from my childhood would be that first. And then, I mean, the Marvel comic books, you know, we just had all of that in abundance. You know, Aunt would get them, hurry up and read it so I can, you know, read it too. And the graphics, all of that. Again, it goes to my love for drawings. And not only that, the getting into a character. Like you said, my favorite character was, there was a comic strip, Calvin and Hobbes. Hobbs was my dude, you know, the coolest cat, you know, tiger. And I love when they came out with the books. I have 3 Calvin and Hobbes books where I can just go through and sit there and read it.
Do you have the complete collection?
I think I got 3. I don't know what's all in the collection, but I got the ones that I could get at that time. I know I got 3.
Because, like, he doesn't make them anymore, but it is consistently the collection is consistently one of the top selling books on Amazon. Like comic related.
Just the funniest, just living with that character just used to get me. Of course, Family Circle used to be in the comic strip, and you'd be like, yeah, that's us. You know, who left the, you know, top off the milk in the refrigerator kind of thing. But, you know, your Peanuts, all of those strips, they were like old, but you know, now even down to the Ziggy that used to be in the newspaper, you know, back in the day. You open the paper, you gotta get to see what Ziggy doing, you know, what he doing. So to me, that stuff just was always cool. So yes, I would say I pretty much know comics per se, but to say how they have advanced lately, like you're saying, you know, it's almost like a hidden, you know, like, oh, people still do it, yeah, but I don't see it advertised as much as it used to be back then. You know, to me, it would be like to have some of the new stuff, but here comes the problem with that, but I guess they can do something with that. You know, in the paper, I like to touch stuff. I know everything's so digital now, but, you know, if they would just promote it more, I think everybody would be into attention to it. I just do. I'm like, and maybe it is being promoted, but I don't see it.
It's not really being
right.
promoted.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see it.
The movies are more so the forward foot of DC and Marvel.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think they kind of lean in, like, if you want to even call it promotion, they lean in the promotion campaigns and advertisements to a very niched audience and direct streams that really don't touch other people.
Yeah.
So it's,
And can you imagine if now they started comics back up?
Like how?
Like your DC, Marvel, stuff like that. If they started bringing all those back, or just
they're still going.
But you don't see it a lot. Like
you said, like if they started again on a big scale.
Yeah, like folks can collect them again and all of that, and like the Jughead, the old stuff. You see it, but it ain't out there. They need to create, to me, some frenzy around it. You know, where I can see that blowing up again. It just seems like it's just sitting, waiting for somebody to do it.
Come on, Benny, man. The kid is a L7 Weenie.